Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Thursday, September 9th, 2021. We are in the final hour of the trading day. The final hour of the trading day is my favorite time to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions because at the end of the day, you have the large financial institutions coming in. They take control of the price away from the day traders and the algorithms. I consider them to be the smartest money on the street because they're dealing with the most money, best information, best technology, really smart people. And at the end of the day, in that last hour, they start moving and taking the price control away from the day traders and the algorithms. I consider the closing price to be the most valid price to make your buying and selling decisions from. And doing so, I believe, provides you a long-term edge in your trading. So thank you all for coming today. It's always nice to see everyone. I hope you're having a good day in general. I hope you're having a good trading day, following your rules, making some money. I always look forward to this time of the day. I appreciate you being here. We have so many people that are such great contributors, and I like hanging out with my friends and talking a little bit of trading during this time. So thank you for coming, and I hope by doing so it is helping you with your trading and your investing. So currently the Dow is down 98 points, down 0.28%. NASDAQ is green now, up 3.82, up 0.02%, and the S&P is down 10 points, down 0.23. So kind of a volatile day so far. NASDAQ NASDAQ today bucking the trend and green today. So here's the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I am going to manage them going forward. Did have some nice day trades today that I will share with you as well. After that, we're going to go over to the board. We're going to take a look at my students' current positions, talk about when they bought them, why they bought them, and how those trades are currently working out. After that, we're going to talk a little bit about trader psychology. In my opinion, it is the most important skill that you'll ever develop in trading is the ability to control your emotions, follow your plan. If you want to be a long-term profitable trader, that's really what you have to do. You have to be able to control your emotions, fight your emotions, and stick with the plan. That's it. I'm sorry. I wish there was another way, but that really is the answer. That's the holy grail to trading, is following your process. After that, I do have some potential end-of-day candidates for end-of-day trades. I have gone down through my watch list. I've gone down through the results of Kamal Scanner and have identified some. I do have 3 requirements whenever I'm looking to enter a new trade. First, confluence combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Secondly, I need to have a good risk to reward ratio based upon strong and solid support below me, whether that's an RSI reading, whether that's a moving average. I need to identify where the most likely overhead resistance is going to be. I have to do the math. I have to look and say, okay, if I'm risking $1,000, can I make $2,000 or more to the upside based upon where that resistance is? If the answer is yes, it's a valid signal, has a trigger, then I can go ahead, take that entry. And then lastly, you have to have a complete trading plan. For me, the components of a complete trading plan include the following. Number 1, position sizing based upon what the current market volatility is. Very important. Number 2, knowing what your maximum allowed loss is on any one trade. Number 3, knowing where your end of day, your maximum, where your emergency stop is. Number 4, where your end of day stop is. Number 5, where your intraday profit targets are. Number 6, where significant overhead resistance levels are. And then number 7, making sure you have a good trailing stop plan methodology in place. That is what constitutes, at least for me, a complete trading plan. And I suggest that you have a complete trading plan as well. So using those 3 criteria, we'll go down through the end of day candidates as we get closer to the close. If I find something that makes sense, has a good risk to reward ratio, has confluences on multiple time frames, I will enter it before the market closes. After the market closes, if anyone has any questions for me, please let me know. If you have any, if you need clarification on anything I discussed, please let me know. If there are any stock symbols that you would like to get my opinion on before the close of the market, put them in the live stream, put an emoji by it so I know it's time sensitive, and I will do my very best to get to it before the close of the market. And then lastly, if my students have any new entries or exits for me today, if you could just please wait until the close of the market before you let me know about them, and that way I'm done teaching, done trading, pressure's off, and we'll spend as much time as we need to get it all taken care of for you, okay? So I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. I'll be back in about 40 seconds, so hang tight, and I'll talk to you in a second. Bye. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. Okie dokie, Smoke. Let's see who's here. Michael Wilkinson is here. Good to see you, Lova. Hope you are having a really good day, my friend. Appreciate you stopping by as always. Johnson is here. Hello, Johnson. Nice to see you. Johnson says, hi, Greg and all. Michael Martin is here. Good to see you, Michael. Hope you're out there driving safe today and having a great day. Tom is here. Hey, Tom. Good to see you. Good lesson last night. Anya T is here. Hi, everyone. Nice to see you, Anya. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're feeling well today. Hey, there's my buddy Paxton. Hi, Greg and everyone. Good to see you, Packy. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you had a really nice honeymoon over there in Hawaii. You and Tracy. Steve Burns is here. VIX is currently a penny away from a 1030 EMA crossover. So what Steve's talking about there is the VIX index having a 1030 EMA crossover. Because of Steve's back test, he has found that there is an edge in buying puts on weekly S&P puts when the 10 is over the 30 on the crossover for the VIX, indicating some upcoming volatility. Frank is here. Good to see you, Frank. Hope you're having a good day, my friend. Thank you for everything you do for the channel. Steve, thank you for everything that you do for the channel. There's my friend Ava. Happy day, everyone. Nice to see you, Ava. Hope you're doing well. Hope your trades are going well. There is Tracy, the other side of the dynamic duo. Hi, all. Good to see you, Trace. Hope you're having a good day. Chris says, hi, everyone from the UK. Oh, that's Chris Farron. Nice to see you, Chris. Thank you. Hope you're having a nice evening there in the UK, and thanks for dropping by. Okay, well, let's get to it and start, shall we? All right, Amazon. First trade on deck. This has been a great trade. Myself, David, Michael Martin. We bought the under 200, over 200. Good back-tested approach to trading Amazon. Bought at 33.05.48. This has been a monster trade. Just up, 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 up. As it moves up, you know, I always take partial profits off. Whenever the market gives me something, I take partial profits. We did get to 1.5 ATR trailing stop. That's my level where I go into trailing stop mode. Then here I took half a position. I didn't like the confluence of the 50 and third ATR channel because 92% of prices fell there. So I did take off here, kept going up, hit some more profit targets, and had a close below the previous day's low, sold half of what I had remaining. Last few days have just gone up, 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 took some more profit targets. You can see I got within pennies, I believe, of my first profit target, but didn't get it. Amazon could be, I may have to get out of Amazon today. We're above the 65 RSI. Here's the 5 EMA. If I close below the 5 EMA, that's my signal to exit the entire trade. But this has been a really nice trade so far on this swing trade, up 5.5%. AdVibe. Not so hot, Tamale. Gary, Ava, Tom, Dynamic Duo, and myself, we did buy it. I did like this signal. Confluence the signals under 30, over 30, under the 200, over the 200, under the negative third, over the negative third. But no matter how many confluences, it does not guarantee profitable trade. Is down 2.56% on the day and down about that much as well. I will be selling this today at the end of the day and taking my loss on this trade because of the close under the 200-day moving average. Domino's Pizza. Tom, Miko, Jonathan, and I, we did buy Domino's Pizza with the 520 crossover at 516.15. Sold half when we had a close below the 5 and the 20. Yesterday moved up, hit some profit targets. Went up again today, did hit one profit target here at 525.29. I'm just waiting, so is profitable now on the trade, just waiting for a 520 cross under. That will be my exit signal. So down on the day, but up on the trade. Expedia, I did buy Expedia along with Tom. False breakout to the downside, V2 and a fractal, bought at 147.37. Currently it's 146.31. So currently it is up on the day, down on the trade, but I did hit two profit targets earlier, and that's why I like to take profit targets when the market gives them to me. If they reverse, I've locked those babies in, and I did hit one profit target today at 147.65 and one all the way up here at 149.15. Goldman Sachs, I did short Goldman Sachs, double top, bearish divergence. My trigger was a lower high V2, shorted at 411.39. It's 405.35. It is up a little bit today, but so far this short trade is up 1.47%. SPY, overnight SPY trade. I do buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight. I sell it first thing the next morning. I bought it at 450.91 and sold it at 450.70. So another little overnight loss, 21-cent loss on the overnight SPY trade. Of course, I will be buying this today at the close, holding it overnight, taking the overnight risk, selling it first thing the next morning. Visa, Miko, Jonathan, Tom, David, Lova, Ava, and myself, we did buy Visa with the bounce off the 200-day moving average, the rejection of the negative third ATR channel, the under 30, over 30, bought at 224.08. You can see the last few days have gone up, did hit profit targets, did get to trailing stop level, which means if I now have a close below the previous day's low, I will lock in half profits. Currently, this trade is down on the day, but it is up 1.5% on the trade. All right, here we go. Apple on the day trade. This was a trade that I had right before the podcast, and I'm glad the podcast saved me. I bought the under 30, over 30 on the 5-minute at 154.18. Next bar went up. I took partial profits at 154.29. Another big bar up, took profits at 154.45. Right before the podcast started, I just decided to get out of the rest and almost got the top at 154.50. So in at 154.18, out at 154.29, out at 154.45, and out at 154.50. So that was Apple. Nice little day trade there. VIX. Did have a trade on VIX earlier. Back here. We had sideways motion here. It was a double bottom bullish divergence. Here is a high with two lower highs to the left, high with two lower highs to the right. I bought when we had a fractal. And Ava and I were talking about this yesterday. Sideways motion. Here's a fractal, a high with two lower highs to the left, two lower highs to the right. In the value zone, I bought it on this bar when it triggered the breakout. I bought it at 125.10 at the end of the bar. I sold partial profits at 125.23. Continue to go up. More profit targets at 251.31. And oh, I forgot to put up here. And that last one, I decided just to go ahead and get out here, was right about 25.40. 3 nice big profit targets in a row. That was okay with me. And so, yeah, that's what it was. I took the fractal here, the breakout with the sideways motion at 25.10, out at 25.31, out at 25.10, 25.23, 25.31, and 25.40. Nice little trade on VIX. And then last but not least, I did have a trade on Intel. And I'll show you what brought my attention to this trade. So we had a V2. We had a beautiful, and Tom, if you're out there, return to value, sideways motion, false breakout to the downside. It had triggered a V2. That's when I got interested in it. Then I looked for a trade on the intraday, and this was earlier in the morning. And here it was pretty nice. It was just a return to value, not a V1 or a V2, but a nice double rejection of the 200-day moving average. Bought here at 53.55. Next bar took profits at 53.61. Next bar took profits at 53.72. Didn't take any profits here. I wanted to see if we could break back above. We did. And I got rid of the rest at 53.87, and I just got out. That was enough for me. Power word is enough. In at 53.55, out at 53.61, out at 53.72, out at 53.87. You know, it's important. It's important that when you get to certain levels and you have a nice trade, it's okay just to hit the sell button and lock it in. And you can see that was the perfect time. So really great day trading today. Very, very happy with that. Okay, so my VIX stuff is off the board and Apple, and let me check. Let me lock this in over here. And let me lock this in over here like so. All very good. All very good. All right, should we take a look and see what your positions are doing? Here we go. Ava and the Dynamic Duo, did by Auto Nation. Looks like an under 30, over 30 V1 rejection of the negative third ATR channel and a close over the 100-day moving average. Really nice setup here. 105.30 was the entry price. It's 105.09. It's slightly down on the day, but glad it's only down 21 cents here. So just slightly down on the day, slightly down on the trade. Alibaba, Kamal did by Alibaba at 160 even and moved up nicely. Kind of went down, went up, way back down again, down 2.11% today, but Kamal is up on this trade 4.39%. So congratulations, Kamal. CVS, Lava bought CVS with a 520 crossover at 84.60, moved up nicely. Lava did take half profits when we had a close below the previous day's low, which was a good move because it's been down since then, but it is down on the day, but Lava is up on the trade. Zoom having a good day. Frank bought Zoom at 290.49. He sold half. It's 296.59. It's up 1.02% today and up on the day and up on the trade. Trip, Dynamic Duo bought false breakout to the downside. V2, 37.42. It's 34.72. It's 34.74. It is up on the day and it is up on the trade. BLNK, Steve Burns bought BLNK at 33.55. I believe he still has this one. It's up nicely today, up 3.24%, up on the day, slightly down on the trade. Tesla, Tom had a beautiful trade on Tesla, under 30, under 200, over 200, or intraday rejection of the 200, bought at 664.60. It's currently 754.84, up again. This has been a gigantic move, and Tom is up 12.05% entry to current price. Congratulations, Tom. KMX, nice trade for Steve Burns and David with the 520 crossover. They bought at, I believe here, right around 131.25. It's up 1.64% today, which is lovely. Got close to the third ATR channel, rejected there. So nice one-day trade off of that 520 crossover. Congratulations, Steve and David. Chewy having a nice day for Steve and the Dynamic Duo. They bought at 75.99. It's 76.59. It's up 0.84% on the day, and it is also up on the trade. Disney, Michael Martin bought Disney with a 1050 EMA crossover, 180.08. It's currently 185.43. It's up on the day and also up on the trade. Boeing, I think no one's in Boeing. I think Boeing is gone. I forgot to take that off the board. Here we have Twilio. Michael Martin bought Twilio at 360.55. It's currently 353.53. Close under, close over the 200. Don't know if Michael's still in this. It is under the 200, but up on the day, down on the trade. IWM, Love had a nice, beautiful buy here. V2 closed back above the 200 at 215.40. It is currently 224.76. Did sell 3/4 of his position, but this particular position, if I have these numbers right, which I believe I do, up 4.21 entry to current price. And then lastly, MasterCard. Steve bought MasterCard with a deep dip buy under 30, over 30, just nailed it, 341.20. It's currently 351.84. It's up 0.23%, and Steve is up 3.04% on this trade. So very, very nice. All right, give me 1 second. Okay, just give me a sec. Take care of little biz over here on my end. Oh, well, that was good. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. That's pretty sweet. All right. Okie doke. Steve says Lyft currently has a 520 crossover. Yeah, I have that on my list today, Steve. Right here with the 520 crossover, we have 49.72. Oh, I have 49.71 compared to 49.76, Steve. So mine doesn't show the crossover. Alvarez, nice to see you. Yesterday, someone entered BBWV and mentioned that the entry was based upon under 30, over 30, but then a close below the 30 RSI today. Is this now a partial sell based on that dip? Yeah, I believe, if I'm understanding your question correctly, yes, we had BBVA. I don't see an under 30, over 30 here, Alvarez. But you are correct. The entry was an under 30, over 30. So that would be the entry. But then today, if it closes below 30, that would be your signal to get out. If your entry is an under 30, over 30, then your end of day stop would be a close back under 30. If your entry is an under 200, over 200, you keep it as long as it's above the 200, closing above the 200. But if it closed below the 200, that would be your end of day stop. So I believe you're right. Oh, ABBV. ABBV. Yeah. Well, I'm in this trade. So the signal yesterday was just not an under 30, over 30. It was a combination. It went under 30, over 30, went under the 200, over the 200, under the negative third, over the negative third. Today, you can see it's untriggering everything. When I take an under 30, over 30 along with an under 200, over 200 combination, I go with the 200 rules, meaning that if it closes under the 200, I'm just out. And today it's losing the 30 RSI, it's losing the 200, it's losing everything. So anyway, I hope that helps. If that's not clear, let me know. Steve says, Greg, your praying quote got over 4,000 likes on Instagram today. People love that one. Really? I'm not even on Instagram. It got 4,000 likes. Wow. I mentioned yesterday or a couple days ago, let's see. Well, the reason they like it is because it's true, right? Here it is. Steve was kind enough to memorialize my saying on the podcast the other day. I guess I mentioned this, but there is more praying in front of a trading screen than inside a church, from me at Gossett Trading. So I don't know. It seemed like it was a truism to me. That's why I said it. And it is probably true. It is probably true. Wow. 4,000 likes. I had no idea. I'm not even on Instagram, but thank you, Steve. I appreciate you posting, and that's kind of fun. Oh, what's happening? Okay. So you did. I thought you exited Blink, Steve. Yeah. Sorry. Sometimes keeping these all straight is not as easy as it looks. Jonathan says, a wee bit late evening, Greg and group. Good to see you, Jonathan. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Frank has a poem for us. Everybody ready for this? It's my favorite part of the podcast. Let's get real, right? Can I just be honest? It's my favorite part of the podcast because I can be in awe of Frank's poem. I can learn something. I think it's fun. Here we go. Today, Frank says, see in yourself the trader you want to be. Trading is so much more than a decision tree. Charts and numbers are our tools and keys. Still, nothing works without drive and energy. The hits keep on coming. It's so true. See in yourself the trader you want to be. Trading is so much more than a decision tree. Charts and numbers are our tools and keys. Still, nothing works without drive and energy. Takes work, everyone. It takes work. I mean, you have to do a little math. You have to be in control of your emotions. There's some science to it. There's some math to it. There's some art to it. That's why trading is not easy, everyone. 90% of traders lose money. You have to be exceptional. You have to do what the other ones are not doing. And that mainly what that includes is following your plan. Really, if you just followed your plan, it would fix so many things. If you're having a tough time trading, if you're not having good results, be honest with yourself. Are you really following your plan? If not, get someone to help you. Your husband, wife, girlfriend, partner, whatever. Show your results to someone. It will make a difference. I don't know how to explain it, but it makes a difference. It will make you trade better. Steve says, lift uncrossed after my post. Paxton says, thanks, Frank. I had to take a few days after the honeymoon to settle in and get motivated to trade. Oh, yeah, that's tough coming off a honeymoon and getting back to doing all this nonsense, right? Okie doke, smoke. My Lord. Let's take a look over at Amazon before we get on to new stuff. Oh, you know what I need to do first? Let's take care of this first. All right, everybody. So listen, before we start looking at end of day trades, before we start looking at the candidates, I just want to switch gears, talk a little bit about trader psychology. This is from my good friend Michael Lamott at Michael G. Lamott over on Twitter. He has a great channel with FinTwit ideas. He interviews people. He was kind enough to interview me on his podcast, and I really enjoyed that. But he's a great guy. Please subscribe to his channel at Michael G. Lamott, and you'll be happy that you did. But I saw this post of his. I really liked it. Trading is not gambling. It's a game where you have the edge, by Michael Lamott. I used to live in Las Vegas. I completely understand the gaming industry. I had friends that work in it. And listen, if you go to a casino, every roll of the dice, every deal of the card, every spin of the roulette ball, the casino has a built-in advantage. They have a mathematical advantage. They have an edge. But they also have rules and processes in place. They can't let you bet more than a certain amount. They can't let you bet under a certain amount. They have rules in place. They are like traders. They have a process that they have to follow. And it's the same with trading. They're professional corporations, right? They have very smart people that are in charge of these. They have protocols in place. They have a trading process. Their trading is in gambling with you. But if you have an edge, you are just like the casino. But just like the casino, you have to follow the rules of your process. They have processes, that they have certain rules. You also have to have a process and certain rules. Can you imagine if they switched up the rules every time someone came in? It would be mayhem, right? And their edge wouldn't play out the way it was supposed to. You have just as much edge, if not more, than a casino has. Everyone always says, oh, I'd like to be at the casino, make all this money. Well, you can do it. You can do it as a trader, but you have to get professional. You have to be professional about it. Have the process, follow the rules, just like the casinos do. So trading is not gambling. It's a game where you have the edge. Talk to people about trading. Oh, that's just gambling. That's just shooting from the hip. They don't know. You know, they're not informed. They don't know the difference. You know, people say the same thing about playing poker. It's gambling. It is certainly not gambling. It is a skill game. It is an edge. It's just like trading. Let's see what Mike has to say. I used to believe trading is gambling. I heard this when I was around 9 years old. My dad got burned trying to trade, so naturally he tried to protect me. Crazy how things play out sometimes. Questioning beliefs is massively important. If you believe that trading is gambling, you are wrong. There are setups that create an edge. That's what we're looking for. We're always looking for an edge in our trading. But again, I say this every day in different ways. Please follow your process. If you find an edge, find a crossover edge, under 200, over 200, any of the approaches that I use that have an edge. The more you trade, the more you're going to make. You don't win every trade. The casino doesn't win every hand, but in the long run, it does. So follow your process. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that, my friend. Hope you and the family are doing well, and keep up the great work with your channel. And please follow Mike at Michael G. Lamott over on Twitter. Kamal is here. Oh, wait. David says DAL has a 520 crossover. It sure does. It sure does have a 520 crossover. Kind of rejected these previous highs here. Does come out of a sideways motion. I'm not sure. How are we doing on time? Let me check the back test on this. I can't remember if I can back test this or not. DAL. Oh, nope, I cannot back test this one. I don't know if anyone has the ability to back test that, but yes, it does have a 520 crossover. That is for sure. Up closing above the 50 RSI. Yep, it's back above the 50, which is good. Bullish engulfing bar in a V1. You are correct, but if someone could check the DAL 520 crossover, that'd be good. Ava says Beyond Meat, or not Beyond Meat. Haha, did you catch that? Kamal, I caught it. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Tom, if you're out there, this is what we were talking about. Above the value zone, into the value zone, made a lower high. If we make a lower high, we have to wash out the low, which we did, and a V1. That looks fairly good. Yeah, I think that the only thing that technically happened here, Ava, is we were above the value zone, went into the value zone, and then we went above the value zone, which kind of starts things all over. So this is our first day down. Although big picture in the context, I like the washout. I like the V1. Let's take a peek at the weekly. It held halfway of there. I could take that any day of the week, and my stop would be here, close below halfway, which kind of dovetails nicely approximately with the 100-day moving average. Yeah, I like that trade. I like that trade. Kamal is here. Hey, buddy. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're having a really good day and feeling great, and that your trades are going well for you. Thanks for everything you do for this channel, my friend, and always for your friendship. STX, Seagate Technologies. Yeah, that one's a little stretchy. It's a little stretchy pants. Paxton. It is a V2. Here's day one. Here's day two. 2 washes out 1. 3 is looks like it's closing above. But that's one heck of a long way down for your halfway of the washout bar situation, because really, I mean, technically halfway the washout bar is there. It doesn't make sense to me from a risk to reward. I mean, it's up strong, certainly could keep going, but just my sense when I look at this, I don't like the risk to reward, and you know how important that is to me. Steve says DAL EMA crossover 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio with a 38% win rate. Okay, good, good, good. Oh, what's happening here? Oh, I forgot about that trade. That's always fun. Bam. Done and done. All right, so before I start looking at new stuff, let's look at old stuff. Amazon right here is holding the 5-day. If it were to close below the 5-day today, I would have to go ahead, lock in profits. Just that I'll wait and see. I put a little blue box here that tells me it's something I have to look at. AdVibe, ABBV, I'm going to have to go ahead and just take my loss on this trade with a close under the 200-day moving average. Domino's Pizza, down on the day, up on the trade, waiting for a 520 cross under to get me out. EXP, well off of its highs. Again, this is why I like to take profit targets when I have them intraday. Up on the day, slightly down on the trade. Waiting for a close below the 250-day moving average. That's my stop. Goldman Sachs, my short position, up a little bit today, but profitable on the trade. I don't see anything I have to do there. Unless, hold on, let me check something. No, I was looking for an under 50, over 50. If it had rejected the 50 to the downside, I would have covered half, but I'm keeping this. SPY, little overnight SPY loss. We'll be buying this today. Oh, I didn't even put the order in, did I? No, I did not. I better do that right now. You have to do it 15 minutes before the close of the market. Okay. All right, so I'm putting a market on close order in there like so. And then over here, same with that. Boom, boom, boom. That's done there. All right, so that's all looking good. So really what I'm mainly looking at today is Amazon with a potential close under the 5 EMA, getting out of AdVibe with a close under the 200. Rest of everything looks okay, although Visa closed below the previous day's low. I'd have to get out, but I think that's looking okay at the moment. All right, should we take a look at the potentials for today? Michael says I'm out. What are you out of, Michael? I'm not sure what we're referring to. Give me 1 sec, we'll get back on track. You can see here on the 5-minute on Amazon, Tom, if you're listening, we have a close below the value zone. We rally into the value zone. We come back down. We do have a higher low V1. Well, the V1 triggered last bar, but that is a higher low V. Well, you could say V2 here now that we're in the value zone and it's higher than that. MACD is positive. So we may get a little bounce out of that. We may get a little bounce out of that for sure. All right, let's take a look at AGQ. AGQ, I'm looking for a close under, a cross back over the 520. It's 38.40 compared to 38.44. If it crossed back under, I would be interested in that trade, but not quite at the moment. So I'll put that one to the side. Intel has some nice sideways motion here, looking for a V2. Let's see, the close there is 53.65, so it's untriggered a V2. I would consider it if it closed above 31.65. Nice false breakout to the downside and a V2, but that one is not there yet, but I will mark that as a potential. Lyft has the 520 crossover potentially. Now it does have the 520 crossover, 49.80 to 49.79. So that's also a potential. Teladoc. Looks like that rejected the 50 RSI. I'm going to get rid of that. EXL Let me see if I can do a back test on EXL. EXL, or LEX, right? Oh, goodness. Come on, Greg. XLE, duh. XLE, duh. All right, let's check that with the 200. All right, that's not exponential, that's simple. I'm using this with permission by etfreeplay.com. It does backtest well, 234, better than buy and hold. And so that makes sense that it is closing above the 200-day moving average. Barely, so that is definitely a potential as well. TDC, don't know why I have that one on there. NLS, under 200, oh, I'm sorry, under 30, over 30, and a V2. That looks pretty good. On the weekly, we still have the 200 week above. I think I'm just going to let that one go. I know it looks good. It looks sexy. Double bottom, bullish divergence, all of that stuff. But the weekly is prohibiting me from doing that because the weekly still has resistance above. STNE has an under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third. Does not have a double bottom with the bullish divergence. That's a little suspect. On the weekly, we have bounced off the negative third ATR channel. That looks good. I think I'm going to let that one go. TMUS does have a intraday rejection of the 250, which could give us a good risk to reward ratio. Let's take a look and see if we can back test T-Mobile. And yes, we can. And it does back test well, 259.90. So that does also look like a positive back test there for TMUS. JP Morgan, return to value, sideways motion, false breakout to the downside, V2. This makes sense as well. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly's holding halfway to the bar. That all looks pretty good. So that one is also a potential. So we have a lot of potentials. PLNT has a close back above the 200-day moving average. I don't think I could back tested that one. And then Ulta has a return to value, 1 day sideways motion, 2 day sideways motion. I quite like Ulta. So let me get my potentials lined up here. Intel, Lyft, XLE, TMUS, and Ulta. JP Morgan's not too bad either. But I've got enough to get through here. Intel, okay, well, it hasn't triggered, so I can take that one off the board. Lyft does have the 520 crossover, 49.80 compared to 49.79. If we look at the weekly, we are above the 50, so that's okay. XLE does backtest well over that 200. It's false breakout to the downside and a V1 and a close back above the 200-day moving average. As far as the weekly goes, it's under the -1 ATR channel. It still looks okay. TMUS, that's at a 23 RSI. Let's look at the weekly. Lost the 50, so I'm going to take that one off, just narrow it down. In the value zone, sideways, sideways, false break at the downside, V1, weekly holding. All right, so I'm going to get rid of energy because on the weekly we are under the -1 ATR channel. So I'm going to narrow that down to Lyft and Ulta. LYFT. LYFT. Come on, Greg. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. I'm going to narrow it down to those two. Okay. Well, that's rude. All right, so Amazon could close below the 5-day. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of ad vibe right now because that's clearly closing below, and I'm gonna have a lot of photo finish stuff to do at the end of the day. So let me just take care of this stuff right here. Getting rid of ad vibe with close below the 200-day moving average. Locking in the loss on that one. Okay. So I am out of ad vibe. Domino's Pizza, I'm fine. EXPE. Fine. Goldman Sachs. So we come down to Lyft with a 520 crossover. Right now they're exactly even, 49.78 to 49.78. That would count as a crossover. And then Ulta. I like Ulta the best. One thing to keep in mind, there is a 21-cent spread on this trade. So please keep that in mind. You might want to go for a middle. 38, 383. Yeah, okay, 383.10 would probably do it. We'll see if we get filled there. And okay, we'll see if we get filled there. I don't know, but we'll see. All right, there's Ulta that just triggered. So I'm out of ad vibe. Amazon may possibly close below that 5 EMA. What do we have? 34.86.99, 34.86.01. So we are below the 5 EMA. If that happens, I will lock in profits, sell Amazon today. Goldman Sachs did go negative on my short. There we go. Visa, possibly with a close below the previous day's low. Low is 227.04. So it's hanging there by 40 cents. All right, let's see. Bum, ba, bum, bum, ba, bum. So I am going to have to watch that one as well. So I'm having to watch Visa and Amazon. Amazon is now definitely under the 5 EMA. So that's my signal to sell. Visa is hanging. Everything else is okay. Did buy Ulta. All right, Steve wants to look at Fiverr. Very close to a 520 crossover, 182.24 to 182.34, so not quite there. Ava would like to look at UAA. It's definitely strong, Ava. I think, I think you could make the case that it's a little chasey. We have this big bar over here, Ava, that's halfway down. We're getting very close to that. So you know how I look at those things. If we can, I'm looking at the most likely reward as from here to there with your risk all the way down to there. I think I would feel more comfortable. I mean, of course, do what you want, right? But I think I would feel more comfortable waiting for a higher low, rallying into the value zone. Maybe it has another day in it. Pull back, retest the -1 ATR channel, then look for a V1 or V2. That's my best. That's my best call on that, Ava. Shopify. If it closes above the 50 SMA. Yeah. Big, ugly, nasty bar, though, yesterday, Kamal. Michael wants to look at STNA. It's okay. Under the -3rd, over the -3rd. I wish it had a double bottom with the bullish divergence. It doesn't. If we look at the weekly, it's, nice confluence at the -3rd ATR channel. So, it makes sense. Alvarez, I've heard you mention V1, V2s in here, but it's not mentioned in your course. What does it refer to? So, yeah, it's not in the deep dip buy course, but let me see if I can get you a link. It's a huge part of my trading, Alvarez, like a huge part. I do have a video on YouTube about it. And so let me get you that link, give you the basics. But yeah, the deep dip buy doesn't teach that. It's not part of the deep dip buy course. But here's the link to the lessons on the V1s, V2s. All right. So hopefully you can watch that. If you have any questions, let me know. But V1s, V2s are a huge part, but they're just not part of the deep dip buy sessions. But thank you for getting the course, Alvarez. Appreciate that. Tom says WMC has huge potential to skyrocket. All right. WMC. I like the word skyrocket. Has a double bottom with the bullish divergence. Here's a low, deep red MACD bars, rally into green. We've tested the low. Yeah. Not a lot of volume. But I don't see a real clear trigger there. Marco, buddy, what's happening? Nice to see you. Little late, but hey, all nice to see you, Marco. Steve says VIX, Lift, Fiverr are all going to be photo finishes. Yep. So I have already bought Ulta with the return to value sideways motion and V2. I believe I'm going to pass on Lift. It's 1 penny under now. I already did get rid of AdVibe. I just have to look at Visa. Visa's holding. I think I'm okay. My Goldman Sachs is down now, so that's good because it's a short, right? So Amazon, looks like I'm going to have to sell Amazon and lock that profit in. It looks like it is going to close below the previous day's low. I'm sorry, below the 5 EMA, excuse me. Okay. Well, that's rude. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of Amazon here with the close under with 5 EMA after reaching the 65 RSI level. Okay, so Amazon is gone, AdVibe is gone. I'm not going to go with Lyft, but I think Steve is going to get that if it crosses. It's under now. And let's check Visa one more time. It is holding that previous low, so that all looks okay still. Thanks, got it. Okay, very good. Yes, please watch that. Let me know if you have any questions. But V1, V2s are a huge part of my trading. They're a formation that lets me enter a trade, rejection of the previous day's low, close above the previous day's high. I use it in so much of my trading. And I think that video will give you a good understanding of it. But if you have questions tomorrow, just please let me know, okay? And Michael Martin says he's out, but I'm not quite sure what he's out of. $34.86. So it's still under. I don't like the formation. I don't like the false breakout. So regardless, I'm out. I'm out of Amazon. This was plenty good trade. Even if it closes back above, I'm just going to stay out of it. Look at VIXY up 47 cents. And a V1. High or low V1. Okay, we have about 2 minutes to go. All right, I think I'm in good shape. All right, that's all looking fabulous. VIX running away here at the end. Oh, and I lost my data feed. Well, that's rude. All right. Okay, well, let's see where I got into all this stuff here. Okay, I bought SPY at 448.98, and I bought Ulta at 383.15. All right, so overnight SPY trade, got a little discount on that for sure, and bought that at 448.98. Yes, 448.98 for the overnight SPY trade. and then Ulta. Oh, goodness me. Is that? Oh, okay. So I was going crazy there for a minute. I bought Ulta with the return to value sideways motion V2, 383.15. So not a great entry on that. 383.15. All right, so those are my new positions. Of course, I did lock in profits on Amazon with a close below the 5 EMA. Also locked in a loss here on AdVibe. So if any of my students have any new entries or exits for me today, please let me know. I'll get them all updated before we do. Just want to remind everybody of a couple things. One, I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I believe I'm good at it. I know I teach a very good course in which I teach you step by step all 5 of the different trading approaches that I've been using over the last 25 years. I teach step by step. It's very important to me that my students succeed. So I burn a lot of calories, put a lot of energy into teaching, throw a lot of curveballs at you, make sure you're listening, make sure you're comprehending everything. And it's a great course. I think the best way to learn anything is one-on-one. And that's why I provide the one-on-one lessons, because that's the best way to learn. You don't have to be embarrassed about asking. I'm right here. You have personal attention. I hold your hand, right? And before I let you go, I want to make sure that you know all the strategies and that you're self-sufficient and can trade on your own. That's really what it comes down to. So the course, the price of the course is $1,750. It's worth every penny. I assure you, it's worth a lot more than that. Really, for the attention that you get and the information that you get. So if you're interested, the first step, just send me an email. Email's in the description of this video. Reach out to me, say, hey, Greg, I'm potentially interested in taking the course. I will say, great, thanks for saying hi. Let's set up a Skype call. The Skype call, the reason for the Skype call, I just want to learn more about you and your trading, your challenges and your goals. It's a good time for you to ask me any specific questions about the course. And when we're done with the call, think about it as long as you want. And then one day, if you decide today's the day I want to be a better trader, just email me back. We'll get it set up and away we will go. Secondly, I have a really good online video course on udemy.com called the Deep Dip by Stock Trading Strategy. It's super affordable, but it's a serious course. It's 9.5 hours, 26 videos, 15 study guides, and I've got so many good reviews and feedback from around the world. It will help you become a better trader. It's not as good as doing the one-on-one with me for sure, but it's a good second option. So the link to the Udemy course is in the description. Lastly, if you like today's podcast, I would really appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It helps to build the channel, keep the channel around, lets YouTube know that there's some good material and helpful material here. A lot of people out there need help with trading. I promise you, I talk to them all of the time. And I feel like if we could get them here on a regular basis, that it would help them hopefully make some money, at the very least lose less money. And that's why I started the channel. So, you know, if you've hit the thumbs up button, thank you. Appreciate that. If not, if you wouldn't mind, if you found today's podcast helpful, I would appreciate it before you check out of here. All right. So that's all of my biz right there. And let's check and see who has what. Tom is in Ulta. Okay. And out of AdVibe. Yeah, AdVibe was a stinker for sure, but it did have a confluence of signals. I would take that trade every time. Michael is out of CVX. Okay, I don't have, wait, do I have you in CVX? No, I don't. In Stone, STNE. Oh, I've got it in here already. All right, that's Lava. All right, Lava, got you there. And in Ulta, that's also a Lava product. All right, very good. Bought 2 days after selling so many yesterday, and when my picks matches Greg's, I have to buy that one for sure. Oh, great. Good. I like it. I like when my picks match your picks. What are you talking about? FVRR. All right, there's Steve with FVRR. 520 crossover. I think that untriggered, but it does have a V2. 183.95. 183.95. All right, and that's Steve with a 520 crossover. All righty, done and done. Frank is in Ulta, half size. Okay. Steve says, oh, okay. So Steve is long. So the 1030 EMA crossover did happen on the VIX. Therefore, Steve is long puts, which is a bearish position against the S&P. And so essentially Steve wants the S&P to go down because a put is a bearish position. And he's basing that on the back-tested results of the 1030 EMA crossover on the VIX, which indicates potential volatility. So, all right, Steve, got you there. So he's long puts 394. 394s? Oh. 449 strike. Okay, that makes more sense. David is out of Amazon. Nice trade, David. That was a goodie, huh? Gary is in Ulta. Yeah, it's a nice little setup. I hope it works. Of course, we never know, but I do know one thing. I do know that if I take this trade, it's going to be positive about 70 to 75% of the time. That's what I know in my experience, and out of AdVibe. Yeah, AdVibe was a stinker, man. Rude. Johnson said, Greg, could you opine on lemonade? Oh, well, you know, I like nothing better than opining on lemonade. Hold on, let me get my opining outfit on. Okay. Technically, this was very close to a higher low V2. Okay, we were below the value zone. We came into the value zone. We never closed over the 1 ATR channel. Therefore, it never went into an uptrend. We came back. We have 3 days here. Day 1, 2, 3. 2 washes out or goes below day 1's low by a quarter ATR. This did not trigger. It would have had to have closed above day 1's close. Here is day 1. Here is day 2. 2 washes out day 1 nicely. Earlier in the day, it did trigger when it was above day 1's close, right about here. That would have been a valid higher low V1. I don't like that it rejected the negative 1 ATR channel, however, so I probably would not have taken it, but it is a moot point because it did not trigger. Intraday it triggered, it untriggered. So I really don't see anything here right now. We could take a look at the weekly, Johnson, and see what that's looking like. I like it. Hanging at the negative 1 ATR channel. We have the big down bar over here. Halfway, it looks like we did reject it like it so often does. But, you know, if you see something again on Lemonade that you'd like me to look at, Johnson, please let me know. But I don't see anything at the moment. AdVibe. Okay, Dynamic Duo is out of AdVibe. That only leaves Ava. In BYD, I knew that was coming, and I do like that. I do like that trade. BYD. Yeah. I like the false breakout to the downside. All right, if this computer freezes up on me, you're going to hear me scream. Just giving you a little advanced warning. Okay, dynamic duo, lift. All right, that's the dynamic duo as well. And Ulta. Out of AdVibe, into Boyd, into Lift, into Ulta. Michael says, I agree with the price of the course. Very valuable. Oh, well, thank you, Mike. I appreciate that, bud. I think it is. I really, really do. I wish I would have found my older self back when I was in my 20s. That would have been helpful. And Kamal is in BA at 214. All right. Good luck on that, Kamal. Jonathan says no trade. Steve says FVRR crossed under in the last few seconds. I may exit in the open. Okay, you let me know. Paxton says same width is on lift, Steve. Did that uncross? Yeah, it did. So you guys just update me in the morning. Okay, here's Ava. Okay, out of that, Ava. Done and done. In Ulta. And also BYD. All right. All taken care of, Ava. Man, you know, earlier in the day, I had a migraine. It came on. I didn't really know whether or not I was going to be able to do the show today. For those of you who get the migraines, probably understand. I mean, you just can't see. I was looking at the screen. I couldn't see the numbers. And of course, I was still day trading and doing quite well actually at it. Yeah, luckily it went away. I thought I was going to have to make a little post and say, sorry, can't see the screen. I'm not really sure what I've done, but thankfully it went away. I haven't had a migraine in a while. Okay, so listen, if anybody has any other questions, comments, jokes, haikus, riddles, fun facts, sports facts, whatever. If you have anything you want to share, go ahead, put it in the chat. While you think about that, let me quickly read my favorite saying. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. This is by Martin Kornfeld. I really believe in this. I think it's a good policy to have. I try to incorporate it in my life every day. But if we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. Does the world need to be more in the right direction? I would say so. I think it could always be better. And, just make it a goal. I'm going to do one little small thing. Just hold the door open for someone drops something, help them pick it up, give them some directions, give them a bite of your Snickers bar. I don't know, whatever. Right. But if you could also do something for an animal as well, that would be twice as good. I was raised with animals. They love a random act of kindness, just like a human does. And maybe one day you will need it and someone will be there for you. So why don't we just let it start with us? I think it's a good thing to do. And I always like to leave off with that saying. All right. Anything else? So kind of a recap. I did hold Visa. It breached 1.5 ATRs, has not closed below, so I am holding. EXPE up on the day, 2 profit targets, great. My short on Goldman Sachs, doing great. Down, was up, nothing to fear, came back down. I will have to watch and see if that bounces at the 50 RSI though. Just like if I'm under the 50 and I reject the 50, I'm going to cover half. If I'm above the 50, go under the 50, back over the 50, I would cover half. But that one's working out well. SPY, got a nice little discount on SPY today with the overnight SPY trade. Domino's Pizza, still hanging in there by a thread, right about even. Well, positive. Glad that I hit the profit target there. And then the new trade today was Ulta with the return to value, sideways motion, false breakout to the downside, and V2 entry. I like that trade. I like that trade a lot. Paxton says, thanks, Greg and everyone. Thank you, Packy. Okie dokie, Smokey. Well, I'm thrilled that this got so many likes on Instagram. I had no idea. I'm not on Instagram, but it's true. I think more people do pray in front of their trading screen than inside an actual church. Probably in a casino too. Would you say that that's a fair statement? But thanks again, Steve, for posting that. Appreciate it. All right, let's see what's going on after hours. What kind of nonsense is going on here? SPY is down 22 cents. What about VIXY? What's VIXY doing? If I get a dog, I'm going to call it VIXY. Down a penny. Gold was up today. That's good. Domino's Pizza's up $5. Is that true? Goldman Sachs unchanged. Airlines had a nice day today, although I do see... No, that's not correct. Okay. Let's move the back test over here like so. Move this back over here like that. Michael says, love the Instagram post. You send me a screenshot, Mike? Maybe send me a screenshot if you don't mind. So, all right, everybody. Well, listen, I think that's it. Unless anyone has any other comments or questions, happy to answer. It's a beautiful day here in Utah. I'm teaching tonight. So, Rich, if you're out there looking forward to our lesson, I'm going to put my hiking boots on, grab a little food, go out, do a nice hike, get a little sun and some fresh air, and come back and teach. That's the plan, yo. All right. All right. Well, listen, everybody, thank you for coming. Have a good rest of your day. Be good. Be safe. Drive safe. Be kind. Do something nice for another human being and an animal. Hit the thumbs up button if you don't mind. And I guess tomorrow's Friday, so tomorrow's the end of the week. So yeah, we'll look for some end of week trades. We'll look for some weekly trades. Mike says, besides VIXY, you also coined the term 200 today. 200? Oh yeah. 200 and VIXY. I don't think I've coined the term 200, but VIXY, I might take credit for that one. It's just like people that trade the Swiss franc call it a Swissy. In Forex, they call a Swiss franc a Swissy. So I'm just going to call VIX a VIXY. So there you go. All right, everybody. Take care. Thanks again for coming. Hope to see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and Forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.